Hey everybody, welcome back. Looked to check to make sure I hit record, even though it was just 5 seconds ago. I couldn't remember if I hit it. Apologize for the whitewash. I've got the light too bright, but Purdy and I are already in position, so we'll just have to deal with it, or you'll have to deal with it. I don't have to look at me. At any rate, we are getting ready to watch the final two episodes of Game of Thrones for season two. This one is episode 9. This one's called Blackwater. I honestly can't remember exactly what happened last because it's been a week, more than a week, and um, maybe it's been a week. But also, I'm hurting real bad. I just got done taking a 2.5 hour bath, trying to let the moist heat relax the muscles a bit. I can't get my feet comfortable, so you may see me squirming some, but we're going to go ahead and watch these last two episodes. I'm not going to be able to get any recording done next weekend because I've got my 30th reunion for my high school. And so I'm headed up to, I think that's green paint flakes. That's why I'm hurting. I was staining the awning, the, the wood that's on the awning over the kitchen door. I still have to do the two decks. But the awning's all we got done today. So I'm finding stuff in places I shouldn't. So I'm having a hard time concentrating. The good news is the migraine is gone. So we're going to go ahead and watch these last two episodes. I know that, let's see, the last thing we saw with Khaleesi was, is it pronounced Diana? Oh, I almost had it. I almost had it. Diana, Daenerys, Daenerys, right? I keep wanting to add an extra N and A, I think. Eyes are itchy too. And I haven't taken off my makeup, so I probably have darker circles than usual under the eyes. But, okay, the last thing we saw with Khaleesi was that basically she was kind of being held hostage. The guy that was trying to marry her so badly and the illusionists have ganged up together and are holding her dragons hostage. And now she's trying to get Jahan. I want to say Johan, but it's not Johan. Jorn. Something with J O and there's an N in there. Anyway, she's trying to get him to help her get revenge for what they've done. I I hope there's some revenge. There's no reason why they should have taken her dragons, at least as far as I can tell. Rob's still at war. He's sending some men back to Winterfell because Theon is still the prince of Winterfell, self-proclaimed. However, Bran and his brother and the wildling that I like. I think she's a wildling. Season two hasn't posted yet to YouTube, so you guys haven't had a chance to correct me on that. Um, but her and starts with an M, right? Or H, not Horton. Horton Hatches a who? I forget his name. At any rate, she and him helped the brothers hide back in the castle. They're in the dungeons, I believe. And somebody overheard that they're there. Somebody has learned that they're there that shouldn't have learned, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. And let's see, we didn't see Joffrey at all last episode, I believe, which is fine because I'm ready for his death. I was so happy when Tyrion slapped him. Tyrion and Cersei had a heart to heart. Cersei threatened his hoe, which wasn't his hoe. And so now he's really worried about his hoe. I forget her name. The fish pie lady. it's good to see that he cares about her and is worried about her. I think something bad may still happen to her, though, especially when Cersei finds out that the other lady wasn't really his hoe. And Sansa is faking it to make it. And let's see, the wall, let's see here. John and the supervisor of that group, I forget what they call him. He wasn't the leader. He was kind of like the scavenger leader. They're both captive by the wildlings in the snow, and they supposedly killed all the others, but I think it was all the others that were scouting for John and so forth, because John's friend and the other ones were digging. I think well, it looked like they were digging graves, but then they came across some weapons, some big spears. It's all coming back to me. We're getting there. It's big. They look like spearheads rather than arrowheads, made out of starts with an O, volcanic rock, obsidian. I don't know why I forgot obsidian. I love obsidian. I used to collect rocks in high school. I've got a lot of fossils and all that kind of stuff. If I remember, I'll show you a picture of my collection. But I have my grandfather's rock collection. It's a geologist identification sample set from Penn State. So I have just a little bit of rocks sitting around the house. Why not? I got everything else sitting around this house. I think that's it. I think I've talked about everybody. Oh, no, 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 no. Arya and I'm going to start calling him Geraldo. Um, G Gerd Gidrel, something like that. The bullhead helmet guy, and the other dude. I don't know if we've ever learned his name. They've probably said it, and I just haven't caught it. Kind of a loyal sot. Sot, S-O-T. I'll have to look up what that definition is. The sot, that's kind of like a sorry type of person, right? I'll look up the definition. I'm probably completely wrong. I'm probably saying a swear word. It's like bloody. At any rate, I think that catches us up because they have left the prison of wherever they're at and they're trying to get somewhere to stop Tywin because Tywin is on his way to somewhere, which is going to spell trouble for something. Let's just get on with the show. I have to check and make sure the sound is working correctly because the settings were wrong when I opened up. Looks like everything's good. Okay. Oh, and I forgot about Santis. We haven't seen, is it Margot? Tyrell's wife? Getting a little seasick. Pinch right there. It worked for Gabrielle.
And you will be his hand.
God be good.
God. Father, there is only one.
Who will be on the...
Tonight. When the sun rises, Thanos will sit on the Iron Throne.
Did he say Thanos? He's not saying Thanos, is he? He's got lots of candles, doesn't he?
If the city falls, Stannis will burn every Lannister he can find.
Stannis. Why did it sound like the other guy was saying Thanos?
Can't fuck your way out of everything.
I have so far.
She's going to do it again.
As you know, Your Grace, it is not only the sworn duty of a maester to carry out the wishes.
So, Maester is the title of the one guy that I couldn't get the title correct. I thought they were saying Master when I was trying to recall it, but Maester is the title. Is that Maester? Something like that. I've got watermelon salad I got to get eaten. It's a week old now.
10 drops, however.
I know what 10 drops will bring.
Your Grace,
Death. Well, I don't think it's for her, and I don't think it's for Joffrey. One, because she helped him be a brat. But two, was it the commenter with the handle Tyrion Lannister? Talked about how much Cersei loves all of her children, and that one of y'all had said that. So I don't think it's for Joffrey either. So it makes me wonder who she plans on trying to kill. At least get out of the way.
very
Maybe is it for Sansa? Hold on, I'm trying to remember who he's with. I forget whose group he's with.
Where'd you learn the Lannister songs?
Drunk Lannisters.
Oh, okay. There's the Hound. Is that the war bell?
They ring for horror. A dead king, a city
For
under
whom the
siege.
bell tolls.
Exactly.
I'm entirely sure you're entirely sure what I'm suggesting.
Do you trust him?
I know that you know
Oddly
that
enough, I
I
do.
know.
That is good to hear. Though I'm sure many captains say the same while their ship is afloat. And heard things. Things you have not. Things I wish I had not.
He is
I
talking
don't
very
believe I ever
ominous.
told you.
I believe you are the only man who can stop him.
So is Bios, is that his name? I'll go ahead and stop it while that's running. Is he saying that to Tyrion because he believes it? Or is he just trying to talk him up? Are we going to have a dance off? Were those jars of something in the belly?
I saw you kill a man with a shield. You'll be unstoppable with an axe. Don't get killed.
Nor you, my
That's where I know that guy from.
Are we friends now?
Of course we are. Just because I pay you for your services doesn't diminish our friendship.
Enhances it, really.
Context does
Oh,
make a difference,
enhances,
doesn't it?
fancy.
I will pray for your safe return, my lord.
Will you?
Just as I prayed for the kings.
So he knows that she doesn't really mean it.
Stay safe, my lady.
And you, my lion.
Actually, he may think that she does mean it because she didn't have to say that to him, whereas she is having to fake it to make it with Joffrey. So maybe she meant it for Tyrion, maybe not. I lean towards the not, but we'll see. We'll see if she's happy or sad at the end of the next episode.
Your brother's turn will come. Then you can lick his blood off Heart Eater too.
Half eater or heart eater? I think he's saying heart eater. I'm having problems hearing today. And I'll have to remember Shay's name, so I don't have to keep calling her his hoe. Don't want to have to refer to her that way. Can't see the ships. Can hear them.
Away.
If I tell the Hound to cut you in half, you'll do it without a second thought.
That would make me the quarterman. Just doesn't have the same ring to it. Cut me in half, and I won't be able to give the signal.
I do like him being able to poke at himself.
We took them by surprise.
What Varys knows what you had for breakfast 3 days ago. There are no
The ships are
surprises
hiding.
here.
If it's true there's dissension in their ranks, maybe their sailors have mutinied.
Maybe.
Nope, they're hiding.
Loyal is to make certain they fear you more than they do the enemy. Remember that. If you ever hope to become a queen.
Hopefully Sansa doesn't turn into that kind of queen, if she ever becomes queen. And out of the fog, kind of had a little bit of the mist feeling, didn't it? At the very end. Is it a decoy? or full of explosives? It's empty.
There's no one on board.
Is it what has the wildfire?
Alpha.
It's. I was gonna say it's dripping with something. Kaboom! Ooh, a green flame. Wow! It just evaporates everything. That's what you call an explosion. Look at the pretty green color. Wow. Oh, I saw some orange flame. Is that their own orange flame? So the wildfire is the green flames, and the regular fire is the rest. Now, where's Stannis? Because was he on the same boat? That was him, right?
Prepare to land. Your Grace, the dwarf has played his
Still
little
going
trick.
forward, huh?
Wildfire.
Thousands.
Are all the power hungry the same? Can't we get any good leaders? So the wildfire won't reignite unless there's new wildfire that hasn't been exposed to fire.
What are you doing?
Praying. The tone, I was trying to think of how to say this. The tone in which Cersei talks to Sansa is very condescending and does feel like it has jealousy in it and resentment. All I could think of was it started with an R, but resentment. And the advice she's giving her, I think the main reason why she's saying the advice is to scare her, but also just being brutally honest with her, which some of it she knows because the town, or not the townspeople, the people of the kingdom, some of the men tried to rape her already. So she's had that life lesson. Some of the advice she's giving her is kind of true, but it's also like we're talking about a bunch of different things. And so, like the way to rule and all that kind of stuff, scaring people and having them obey you through fear is not the best way to rule. They should be loyal to you and respect you and all that kind of stuff because they like what you're doing for them and all that kind of stuff. There'll be more reward for the kingdom and the royals if the people have respect for the royals than if they live in fear of the royals. Because if they live in fear, then you never know when there's going to be an uprising. So that advice she was giving her, not any good at all. The sex as a weapon. Well, let's be real. Yes. And sometimes it's effective. And in recent political debates, somebody basically said that once, and I do try to avoid politics for the most part on the channel. I do talk about it a little bit, but somebody had basically said that as soon as I become pregnant or a woman becomes pregnant, she loses the right to make any choice over what happens to the pregnancy. And I was like, oh, so just because I have sex, I lose all discussions in what happens. Okay, easy to solve, no sex then. I can live with that. Can you? You know, it's one of those things of, well, yes, I'm using it as a weapon, but it's also being used as a weapon against me too. So, sex is a weapon. The advice about what happens when a kingdom falls, or a government falls, or this happens or that happens. Back in the time periods we're emulating here, Yeah, rape, pillaging, all that kind of stuff tends to happen when a siege happens. There's just different forms of it when it's a government type of thing when we're talking about today's times and stuff. Hi, buddy. Are you going to sit there and look gorgeous? She's been playing with her favorite mouse a lot lately. There's video of it on Sherry's Kitties on Instagram. The link's down in the description. And she sounds funny because she doesn't have a normal cry, but her excited cry is a ow, 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 ow. So I the talk that she's giving her, some of it is valuable information, but Cersei's saying it in a condescending and resentful way. And so I don't know how much of it she's really trying to help Sansa more, but more kind of lord it over her kind of thing. And since everyone else in there is kind of below her, below Sansa, I guess Sansa is the next one for her to be able to talk to, even though she resents her. I don't know. That's the feeling I get at least. So, and I'll get off my soapbox now. I can hear the music of the intro in the background right now. We're getting some of them. I would say if Tyrion wasn't there holding Joffrey in check, I don't think they would have been able to stand them off this far. I've never liked scenes in TV shows or movies like this, like 300 and Troy and all that kind of stuff. Gladiator, Spartacus. I always lose track of which side is doing well and which one isn't.
Jamie was taught to fight with sword and lance and mace, and
Now
I
she's
was taught
confessing
to
to her.
smile and sing and please.
Has she figured it
Katie,
out?
when did you come to Westeros?
She's figuring it
20
out.
years ago, Your Grace.
Imp has set the river afire. Hundreds of ships are burning, maybe more. Stannis' fleet destroyed, but
He still made it ashore.
He may take the throne, but he will not take us alive.
Oh, I was like, who's she talking about? That guy. I still don't know who's winning. And I get it, we're not supposed to really know at this point.
Bring me a drink.
Bring him a drink? You're in the middle of a war.
Fuck the city. Fuck the king.
Well, and that's one reason why you don't want them to work for you out of fear. So is Stannis on his way to becoming the king? Using the boat as a shield? Oh, it's a battering ram. Oh, a battering ram and a boat. I've never understood the ladders because they can get you that way on the ladders, and they can also push the rungs out of the way. He's gonna go.
Sir Boris, Sir Mandon, stay with my uncle and represent the king on the field of battle.
Well, I think Stannis has won. Yep, I hear them asking, where's the king?
Men,
Nope, they're not
bring
gonna
down
follow
that
him.
alpha man. Come out behind them and fuck them in their asses.
He likes that line.
And don't fight for his kingdoms.
Fight for
Don't fight
yourselves.
for honor, don't fight for glory. Let's go kill them.
Alright, he got their attention, that's good. Did she
Don't
stab
be
him?
afraid. The Queen has raised...
we've lost all heart.
Where is my son?
I want to escort him back to the battle.
I couldn't tell what she hit him with. I couldn't tell if she hit him with her fist and he just fell at bouncing off of stuff, or if she stabbed him. But he has his armor on, but he's hollering in pain, so I couldn't quite figure out what happened. Somebody's in her room. Maybe nobody's in her room. The candles were already lit, though. Isn't that strange?
The lady's starting to panic.
What are you
Okay.
doing here?
Not here for
I
long.
wasn't completely wrong. Here's your
I'll be safe
chance.
here. Stannis
Oh,
won't hurt me.
Your brother is a killer.
everybody's a killer.
Your sons will be killers someday. No, little bird, I won't hurt you.
Why does everybody call her Little Bird? Or is he the only one that calls her that? No, there's others that call her that, right? Something tells me she's going to get caught. Here he goes. Coming in from behind. That was quick. That seemed too quick.
Oh, fuck me.
Okay. I was thinking. I do like that comment, though. Ew. Talk about a scalping. Why did he try to attack him? Oh, he did get him. They're in the
I'll
throne
tell you a
room?
story. Kingswood, there lived a mother and her cub.
I don't
She
remember the
loved him very
star.
much.
Lions and
Like
tigers and
stags,
bears. Oh my!
his mother said,
So Tyrion's going to
"You
be
are
held
my son,
hostage.
you mustn't be afraid." And the foxes of the south,
What about the dragons?
to rest a crown upon your head.
If I were king of the forest.
And the cub said,
Is she getting ready to kill her youngest?
"My love,
I hear
I promise you."
footsteps. They're coming in. Goldilocks. He's the cousin of Cersei? Okay. That's right. Tywin was on his way, wasn't he? End of the episode. Trying to figure out who's singing. I was trying to figure out who was singing because outros we've had. I thought it could be two possible people, if it is anybody singing from the show. The guy who was singing at the beginning that fought for Tyrion at Catelyn's sister's place. I thought it could either be him, but I can't tell if he died or not on the shores after saving the Hound. The other person I thought it could be was the Hound talking or singing. So if the outro was supposed to be anybody, I thought it would be one of those two. Lyrics seem to, I don't know. I don't know. So I forgot that Tywin was on his way to King's Landing. I couldn't remember where he said he was going. So the boy that saved Tyrion, even though Tyrion still got God on the face, I don't know if he got God anywhere else, but was that wasn't Gadril though, was it? I know I'm not saying the name right, but you guys know who I'm talking about. I think it was the one that we saw earlier in the show that was there with Joffrey and on all that. Or no, he was one of the ones in the bar, wasn't he? I don't know. I lose track when there's all that stuff going on. It looks like Sansa ran off, but I'm worried that she's going to get caught running off. Luckily, Cersei didn't give her youngest the poison. Joffrey's hiding in his room. Tyrion showed himself to be a leader and a fighter. Might have not have been the best, but he did follow through with what he needed to do. I think most of the rest of it I commented on during the show. So I think this last episode will have kind of the aftermath of the battle there at King's Landing, but we'll also get all the other parties that we didn't have in this episode because we've got to wrap everybody up and get our cliffhangers for the next season. So, thank you all for joining me on this one, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.